Friends, welcome to yet another Campus Conversation Shawnee Community College podcast with some of our student athletes. This week it is baseball, and appropriate because it is baseball season. Delvon Yates and Colin Clubb are both here, both players. And gentlemen, thank you for being a part of the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Colin, start us off. You are a baseball player here at Shawnee Community College. What inspired you? Coach was telling me some things before you came in here, and I won't let the cat out of the bag on that just yet. But tell me a little bit about what brought you to Shawnee Community College, because you came here kind of sight unseen. It sounded like what Coach said.
So I live up in St. Louis, and I was not expecting to play college baseball. I was planning to go to trade school, continue on into the welding world. Mm-hmm. And then I found a love for baseball my last summer, going in just to have fun, not trying to get picked up or nothing. And kind of happened to where at the end of the summer I wasn't done, and hit up my buddies Austin and Eric that come to school here. They graduated in 2022 from the same high school as me. Okay. And came down here on a visit, loved it, and now I'm here.
So you guys know, because Delvon, you're also from the St. Louis area.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I grew up in the area as well, and the joke back in the day was, I'm from St. Louis, and then the next question is, what high school did you go to? I don't know if that's still a thing up there or not, but where'd you guys go to high school?
I went to Trinity Catholic. It's actually not a school no more.
Oh.
Yeah, we had the best football program, but I don't know why we closed specifically, but yeah, we were a class 4 school.
Okay.
Yeah, but baseball, we were decent, but we were mostly known for football. We had the Gatorade Player of the Year, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year. He goes to University of Illinois.
What part of St. Louis is that in?
That's in North County.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Balfoun area. If you
Oh,
know what that
yeah,
is.
absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. So, Colin, you mentioned, were you playing baseball then in high school, obviously, and got inspired to take it to the next level?
Yeah, I played since I was 2, so all the way through high school, all the way through middle school, and I've always had a love for baseball. It's just the fact of I didn't want to do the schooling and all that.
Right.
So that's why it brought me here. And I mean, you deal with the school when you're doing something you love. So.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you're both sophomores, but first years here at Shawnee?
No, I'm a freshman.
You are a freshman.
But I'm a redshirt sophomore, so I went to St. Louis Community College first.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this is my second year here at Shawnee Community College.
So then how did you end up at Shawnee if you were in St. Louis?
So it's a funny story, to be honest with you. So my freshman year at Merrimack, I was playing good and everything, loved it there, I'm not going to lie. But then my coach ended up redshirting me because I was very overweight. And, me being a freshman, I've never had somebody like doubt me before. It's like doubt in a say, I guess you could say. I never had that adversity to me before, so I was just mad and angry. So I had lost the weight. I lost 75 pounds in 6 months. So
congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But so I lost all that weight, and I was kind of like, dang, like I don't want to stay here anymore because I just don't trust him anymore. So I had hit up my guy, Matt. He helps me get all offers, and Shawnee was a school that offered me, and they said like I could come down and play. And I went down here, saw the field, and the first thing I saw was how like short the fence was. So I was like, okay, yeah, I need to come here, and I enjoyed it. So I decided to come here.
Excuse me. So traditionally speaking, though, you guys are both, big guys for baseball players, and you don't, if somebody would have told me that these two guys are college athletes, I would have guessed football.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah,
and I don't mean that, and I hope you don't take that as a negative thing. But talk to me a little bit about size when it comes to playing different sports, and did you guys play other sports in high school, or was it always baseball?
So I will say, like me and him both, we kind of like are the same. We're kind of like fast, agile, like bigger guys. You know what I mean? So he's very quick on his feet, and I'm very quick on my feet. So I feel like the mass gives us, what we need to play baseball. He throws hard, and then I can hit the ball hard. So my mass, it was actually kind of an adjustment when I lost the weight. At first, I was struggling a little bit because my body was moving faster, and I was like, dang, this is adjustment. But I'm still like, a bigger guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm bigger than the normal human.
Yeah.
So it gives me advantages to me personally because I hit the ball hard, and my mass helps me hit the ball hard. I can't say it for him, but like, you know what I mean? I'm saying for my aspect, I know that my mass will help me hit. And I also work out a lot, so that's why like I bench press and I squat, deadlift. So that helps me with my numbers and everything. I'm a power lifter. Fun fact about me.
So, and I'll ask you both this, but Colin, what do you see for your future? You know, you're a freshman here. Do you want to continue to play here at Shawnee and then move on to because you had talked about the trades and welding and all that. So
I think I've gone away from the whole trade aspect. I think I'm going to end up in like a finance or like accounting type thing, which is a big change.
Sure.
Or I'm trying to be like a teacher. So I'm going to stay in school for the next 4 to 6 years. I plan to go high D1. I'm trying to lose this weight, and this summer I'm going to go to ACE. It's in Chesterfield, Missouri.
Yeah.
And not play like through like a league or a team. I'm just going to work on myself for 3 months. Try to go to like 93, have a good year next year coming up, then maybe gain 2 more and try to get to like a Power 5 is the main like dream, but the goal is to get to D1, NCAA D1.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I just gotta ask this. Don't you think he sounds like he could be a principal one day? His voice doesn't it sound like he could be a principal one day?
Absolutely.
I mean, his voice stands out so much to me. It's like, yeah, my name's Colin Clubb. I mean, I feel like I'm just gonna listen immediately whenever he talks. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So, Delvon, tell me a little bit about your future plans. What are beyond Shawnee and baseball?
Like I said, I've been in college for 3 years, so I want to keep going to play baseball. And my goal right now, I'm looking at HBCU D1s because I want to get into the culture. Now, it's not only just for baseball. Like the baseball aspect is a plus because I love baseball. I've been playing it my whole life. But I also want to get in touch more with like Black history and actually like learn more because I know, but like I don't know as much as I should. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm also looking at like D2s and stuff like that. So Division II colleges is also on the plans. But I really, really want to go to D1 HBCU because, you know, they provide a lot for me. And I'm also into journalism, sports broadcasting, and which is why I'm glad I'm on this podcast because this is something I want to do in my future.
Yeah.
Debate about sports. I watch a lot of First Take. I don't know if you know who Stephen A. Smith is. I watch him a lot.
Yeah.
I watch him a lot. So, you know, this is a goal I want to do. And then also YouTube. YouTube has been very fun to me. It's also been another, you know, get away from baseball, I guess you could say. You know, it helped me like focus more on something else, but also focus on baseball so take some stress off. You know what I mean?
You know, these podcasts are always about you, the guest, and the athletes and the students. But I'll interject because you brought up the journalism thing and YouTube, and you know, I spent 22 years in the TV news business before coming here to Shawnee College, and so I think, looking back on that, had there been platforms like YouTube and podcasts and all that when I was in those college years, it would have been a great opportunity to kind of get your feet wet and do that. I have subscribed to your YouTube channel thanks to you hooking me up on the phone with that.
Yes,
but you know, as someone who is a content creator and doing those kinds of things, what are you know, back in the day when you'd ask a kid what they wanted to be when they grew up, it was a firefighter or a police officer or a doctor or a lawyer. And now there are a lot of people that want to be content creators. And I don't think that is a bad aspirational goal because, as you know, as athletes too, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. It's consistency. I was talking to Coach Sparks about this morning, you know, that people get motivated to do something, but then when it comes time to do the work, it becomes too much work, and then they kind of put it off to the side. But I think being a content creator is something that really requires a lot of dedication and devotion and consistency.
Yes, it does. And I agree with that 100%. If I'm being honest with you, so I could take it back a little bit. My first year here at Shawnee, I was very smart, don't get me wrong, but I didn't apply myself as much.
Sure.
And then I had Kaylin, you know, tell me like the next following years, like you need to apply yourself more. So I started to apply myself more, which kind of helped me in YouTube, if I'm being honest with you, because it does take a lot of work. When I'm sitting here making videos, the videos is the easy part, you know, whenever I start editing, you know, that takes time, and then you want to be like up to the culture. So I watch a lot of YouTube, you know, and I like to watch people and see, I do my homework on it, see like what's popular, what's popping, you know, and then also do it on TikTok, because now it's only, not only YouTube, but it's also other platforms you can use to help your brand grow. So, you know, it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, if I'm being honest, because it's a journey, I'll be honest. But now I'm getting good at it. So it only takes me like an hour now to actually like edit and get everything good. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
But you know, sometimes you have those times where, you know, I mess up. I do mess up sometimes whenever I start editing. But it's part of the journey, and I'm enjoying every single bit of it. I hope everybody can do it, because I think it's an easy way to try to, you know, make money and have fun, if I'm being honest. You know, YouTube is hard to get, you know, popular on and then the algorithm. But you know, what does it hurt?
Right.
What does it hurt?
Exactly.
You know?
You know, and again, another quick story. I started a YouTube channel in 2010, and just this past January reached that level because they changed the monetization and whatnot to 1,000 subscribers, and I just finally hit that earlier this year. So I mean,
that's a good.
It's that
Congratulations.
consistency, and thank you. But it's still, you know, because then once you get that goal, then they move the end post or the goal post a little bit, and now you have to have X amount of views and this and that. So you know, I applaud your dedication and just tell you to stay consistent and stay with it, stay dedicated.
A wise man told me, he said, it's not a race, it's a marathon. You know what I mean? So it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I'm sorry. So the marathon it could take a year, it could take 2 years, it could take 3 years, but if you stay consistent, you know, the world is there. You know, anybody can do it if you just put your mind to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Colin, what are you doing outside of school and baseball? You know, you mentioned welding. Have you dabbled in any of that? I know we have a welding program here. Do you have time to do any of those extras with playing sports?
So here right now, I'm just trying to get my Associate of Arts so I can move on to whatever degree I'm going to need. But all the way through high school, all 4 years, I learned how to weld. So I've been welding for like 4 years.
Wow.
And it's just something that's like cool to know, because like people that can weld make a lot of money. So if I ever need a fallback on it, that's always gonna be my fallback plan, to go to tech school and do all that if I really need to like jump into something quick. But my goal is to go to college, so get the just regular classes done here. And then with baseball, I have no time like for the afternoon classes to go up there and do it. So here I'm not really doing the welding program. I'm more of just my actual like classes I need to get done.
I like the fact that you are learning skills, and you did this in high school, that will carry over and cross over into, you know, adulthood. You know, I think there are too many adults, people my age and older, younger, that don't know how to change a tire, or they don't know how to do some basic work around the house. And I fall into this in certain categories as well. So I think it's awesome that young people are looking at those things and not always thinking, oh, there's a solution in hiring someone else to come and do this or whatever. It's having that skill, and then you become that guy that maybe someone relies on and hires. I know Kyle, our welding instructor, does a lot of, obviously welding here, teaching our students, but also goes on the summers and goes underwater welding and diving and all that. So it's important. You know, what kind of advice do you have to young people, to college students, your peers, who maybe think twice about doing something that's a little more hands-on or a little more gritty?
I mean, more how, like, the way I see it is that my dad's always told me since, like, freshman year, I moved up here from Texas, so I was having trouble in school, and that's when I really just stopped. Like, I didn't like school, I didn't like going to school, so my dad told me to find a way to get through it, and then you're always gonna, nowadays, nobody wants to be that guy to go and be a welder, nobody wants to be that guy to, like, it's a falling off trade, it's dying, and we need those type of people. And if I am that type of person with that backup plan I have going, then I find that I'll always have something that someone else doesn't. So, I mean, if you have one step in front of someone, you're already doing better than them. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So we talked kind of about the work part of the day for you guys. What are you doing for fun?
Well, what I do for fun is I like to cook a lot, if I'm being honest.
Nice.
I'm actually kind of getting into I buy meal preps, but I'm getting into like meal prepping.
Okay.
And like for lower calories. It's actually funny you brought it up. Like I'm trying to actually cut more weight now.
Mm-hmm.
So my goal is to lose like 25 more pounds. So I'm cooking a lot more, hang out with friends, and honestly just content creating. I'm always trying to find another thing to, do. I'm consistently just thinking about more videos, what can get popular, what can I do, and then baseball.
I guess those long trips to these other places to play ball gives you a lot of time to think.
Yeah, it does.
And map out those ideas and plan.
As soon as I get an idea, I jot it down in my notes. I got a whole thing of notes right there just waiting for me, and you never know. Like, I don't want to just be one-dimensional. I want to do a lot of different things,
Sure.
Public interviews, pranks, anything, to have fun with it. And that's my fun, I guess you could say, is YouTube, eating, and baseball.
Colin, what about you?
From the same aspect of him, I've always loved like the culinary art and like the way of finding a new recipe, finding a new way to cook. Because there's so many different ingredients out there, and if you can just change anything and just find a way for it to taste better, I just like the fact of that in the cooking aspect. And when I was younger, I actually wanted to be a culinary,
really?
Yeah. But
Fun fact.
now I just do that for fun at home. But I'm more of like a homebody, so I'm staying at home. I don't know, calling my mom when I can, because like living this far, I've never done that before. And also living in a big city is like so much different, because you can run to the store and just go have fun. But if you want to go anywhere now, I live in Joppa, so I'm going 30 minutes all the way to Paducah, when 30 minutes can take me halfway to like the city of St. Louis to get stuff done.
Talk to me a little bit about that, because we all three know what the St. Louis area is like, and obviously, like you said, if you want to run to the mall or go to I know people probably don't go to the malls like they used to, but there's something entertainment-wise. There, of course, the St. Louis Cardinals. I know you guys are both fans of the Cardinals. Everything's right there, and like you said, when you move out and you're on your own, so to speak, and away from the parents. And even as athletes, I would imagine, you have your bonding that you're doing there, but it's still probably sometimes where you're like, you know what, I miss the big city, so to speak.
Yeah, there's a lot of times I'm going home on the weekend, even if it's just for a day, because I'm a family guy, so I'm just like all about seeing family, hanging out, and being back in the city is more fun, because like I said, there's more to do, and everything you need is within an hour. And I don't like being down here. It's cool and all, but like I've never been in a place where like I have nothing to do.
It's an adjustment.
Like it's a big adjustment, and not being away from my parents is a bigger thing, because like I said, family is a big thing. So it's just weird not talking to them every single day.
Yeah.
All that. So.
I can relate to that too. Being away from my family. This is my second year actually being away, but being away from my family was a big adjustment. And my sister, she just had a kid. He's gonna turn 2, so like a little one. You want to be there, see all the footsteps. So we got a group chat now, and everybody sent videos.
Yeah.
And it's always good stuff. I'm showing videos all the time. His name's Quentin. I love that little guy. But and also my dad, he got in like a bad car accident, so it's kind of hard. Yeah, it's kind of hard being away from him. But he calls me every day. Pushes me to go. Because that's the hardest part for being away from home right now, especially is not seeing my dad every day. Because I want to be with him. He was doing everything with me, like nonstop, 24/7 coming up. So but our parents pushed us for this. And now I feel like I can branch away super far. It's just phone calls at this point, FaceTime.
Right.
So that's the big thing with me.
I love that there is the technology to stay connected like that, and I'll give you my cheesy fatherly advice here, because I'm old enough to be your guys as fathers, but I will tell you, as a parent, and when you're a kid, you think, oh, this is cheesy or lame or whatever, but the two important things that you give your kids are roots and wings, and obviously getting those roots is easy to do, but then when you give those kids the wings to fly, my daughter's graduating from high school later this year, and she's going away to school. So thinking about those kinds of things, but knowing, and I love the fact that you guys both talked about going home and visiting and being a part of the family unit, because the door's always open for my kids, and I'm sure your families are the same way, it sounds like. So that's good to hear. Young people still miss mom and dad and want to go home and visit and spend time.
I miss them every day.
Yeah.
But I will say though, last year I went home a little too much. I went home a little too much. My mom was like, I'm not finna keep paying for this gas. So she was like, you need to stay up there a little bit more. This year I'm doing better with it.
Yeah.
But the door is always open, like you said. It's such a blessing to be able to, have my parents still, like my backbone, like whenever I need them, I can just call them or just go home, for a weekend, like you said, for a day, Yeah, because you always had that. That's a safe spot.
It's close enough for a quick day trip. So, Colin, we talked about kind of the not so great things, but tell me what you love about or like about being here in Shawnee, being a Saint and being a part of this community.
At Shawnee, I don't know. I think I've had a great bond with Kenny and Coach Hubbard, and I just like the fact that everyone here feels like family now, and like they're so welcoming. And just like Kaylin, she's always having the door open if you need advice or anything like that. I mean, any type of advice or like from an elder is kind of like helping me, because like it pushes me farther with their advice, and it's bettering me while I'm here alone, and that's helping me learn a lot. Which if I went to a university right away, I'd be lost and I wouldn't like it.
That's a great point.
This is a great starting point to like branch on and then go farther and farther, because I'd love to go to the South for a university somewhere, play ball down there.
Yeah, Kaylin's like everybody's big sister or that cool aunt that everybody kind of turns to.
When I tell you, if I didn't have Kaylin down here, it'll be a struggle.
Yeah,
I love Kaylin to death. She's everything for me.
Yeah.
Me and her are very, 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 very close. So, big shout out to Kaylin Myers.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
She's going to blush, but that's okay. She'll probably call us a few names after that.
Okay. You gotta love that. That's the love. That's my love about Kaylin.
Yes.
She keep it real with you. She'll tell you straight up.
Absolutely. So what else do you love about being in this area?
Well, one thing that I love about being in this area is also being able to play baseball. They gave me an opportunity to play the game I love, and I like the grind of it, Like, it's not much to do out here, if I'm being honest,
Sure. Right.
Like, baseball is the number one thing, so I could go down to the kennel and just put my headphones on or just play something in the speaker and just get to work. I like that aspect of it. It's hard to, like, lose focus, if you get what I mean. So that's one thing that you could say you love about it. A lot of people should, think about that coming here. You could just stay focused, because coming from St. Louis, a lot of distractions. Like I said, I went to St. Louis Community College, and you can only imagine, what I mean? Like,
did you stay at home when you were going? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, you so many different schools around there.
Yeah.
You got SLU, SLU, Wash U, and you could drive to Mizzou. You got so many schools and our school,
Sure.
So it was a lot of distractions coming here, and I got my mind on straight, and I was able to get my grades back on track, because I'm not going to sit up here and, like, try to act like something I'm not. I struggled, my first couple years, and then now I'm actually, like, learning how to, multitask or be able to put my grades first and do that, and then be able to go have fun. And then my teammates, I got good teammates here, I will say. My teammates are very nice. I got Club here, big clubber over here. Clubby, he does, like, I could talk to him about anything. And then I have 3 other roommates that and they're from St. Louis, so that also helps.
Yeah.
I talk to them every day, just have a good time with them. And now I'm older, I'm 21, so I can go do whatever I want to go do now.
Have a little more fun.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, Colin, as we start to kind of wrap things up, anything else you want to say about your time or experiences here at Shawnee College?
It's like the aspect of like what's good on the team. I feel like we might all butt heads and all this all the time, but like I feel like every one of them's like a brother, and you can always, no matter what you've done, no matter what's going on, if you're really in something, you can talk to them or talk to Kenny or any of them, and it's like a big old family we have down there, and it's like whatever you need, you're gonna get through, because you have 30 other dudes that are there for you 24/7 and will do anything for you.
Awesome. Well, Delvon, I know that people are going to naturally want to know where can we watch these YouTube videos? So take a minute here and plug yourself, plug your.
Hey,
we'll have all the information in the descriptions in both the podcast and on YouTube.
You can find me on YouTube at Del's in a Life. I vlog. I play basketball. Basketball videos are very fun with me, and then I got game day vlogs. Game day vlog coming tomorrow. Stay tuned, guys.
Awesome. Alrighty, and so guys, thank you so much for
Thank you.
being a part of this and sharing your experiences, and we'll talk again soon. The fun thing about this podcast has been with talking with the students is as soon as they leave, I hear them going down the hall and they get to Kalen's office and they say, well, I want to do that again. So we'll keep the door open. We'll have more student athletes here. And again, as always, if you have questions or suggestions for certain topics, let us know. You can email podcast@shawneecc.edu. Thank you so much for listening and or watching. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Have a good one.